The big reason why I'm not a Christian is because I feel like it stunted my intellectual growth. In the sense of, because Christianity has you believing one thing about how the world works, when you realize how the world actually works, it's a lot more impressive than a God created everything. I'm also not a Christian because it just doesn't make any sense to me. It never did. I was forced into believing it because my mom ran a cult, essentially, the out of her own family unit. Because of that, it gave me extreme complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which, by the way, was diagnosed by a doctor. But here's an even bigger question. Why the hell are you Christian? Because that is such a medieval thing to think. That a spooky man in the sky who loves you always, but if you don't follow exactly what he does, he'll condemn you to hell. That's not reasonable in any sort of expectation. And I'm also not a fan of Christianity because it essentially tore my family apart because of how I am. My egg donor doesn't want anything to do with me and abused me my whole life because I was part of the LGBTQ+. And she tried to use her religious bigotry to justify it. Honestly, I can say for certain that I have been the most happiest as a Satanist. Because it's not the act of worshiping Satan, because we don't do that. It's what he represents, the spirit of rebellion, the almost kind of like fuck the system, essentially. And how I interpret that is fuck Christianity. But then again, that is just my experience. And at the end of the day, I don't care what, I don't hate people. I just hate the religion. And I can proudly say that. And I really don't care what other people have to say. Satanism has taught me to live my life the way I want to live it. Because we only got one life, and that's it. I also think the reason why people are Christian is because they feel some sort of peer pressure. Because that's what they think everybody else believes. And it's also kind of like peer pressure from dead people, too.